won that game. So that's pretty crazy. Machete in game number 1, that is a tough loss to swallow, and definitely Swata's game to lose. I mean, when it's 3 stocks to 1, there's no question there. Machete just played phenomenally on the lance, and I think that's the weapon that he's going to be wanting to focus on here. I mean, he has the axe picked up so far. So far, so good. Down air, neutral air hitting, and Swata's been pretty clueless ever since that last game on what to do with the sword here. Let's see if he can change things up.
He has some momentum here. He's found several unanswered hits, but like that side air comes out, that's a big chunk. The lance is now in Machete's hands. Is he going to go for those side light into the neutral air, side light into the down air, into those neutral air juggles that he was doing so well?
Let's see. D-Light Slider puts him off the side of the stage. Ground pound can come through. The few times that Swata has tried to challenge Machete beneath the stage, he has gotten punished for it.
Oh, he's done?
Recovery?
Yes, he's done. That's going to be choice of weapons for Swata. He'll probably stick with the sword, but I don't know. Yeah, he is going to stick with the sword. He even let the hammer despawn on the ground. Going to start this one with the weapon advantage. Spawn comes in, immediately swaps it out, has another sword in hand.
Sidelight and the recovery was a good catch there. Machete's been getting really punished on the side of the stage. Gravity cancel D-Light Cider. Swata relentless with the pressure. Very similar to what we saw in game number 1. Ground pound comes through. Double ground pound, triple. Do it. Do it. It's so close.
I can't believe he wasn't there. The D-Sig!
The D-Sig!
We love the D-Sig! That is literally why I put Swata in my top 3. I've told Kaza already today, but I looked on the stat tool, and Swata's most favorite used signature is the Bodvar sword down
And for what it's worth, that was a super precise down sig. I mean, that's the very edge of the spiking hitbox. I catch Machete peeking over the edge off of 2 dash jump ground pounds, too. Swata phenomenal at the edge guards, and we're here again. So don't say it this time, Sparky. Don't tell me that we're used to seeing this game state.
Well, we are.
The last time that you said that Machete won the game, Swata is really not.
He's using D-Sig.
D-Sig
no shot.
D-Sig again.
He tried
it again. Oh, it was so close. Weapon throw comes through. Machete covers his own head. Recovery comes through, and Swata can't punish the edge, but Swata is just on. He is unstoppable. Oh,
He's still living. He's still living.
Does he live through this?
Oh, Machete absolutely swagful on that one. Letting the weapon toss get the KO. Dude, he's a very generous player.
I did not think the axe was going to knock him back out, so that was way too much knockback for me. Okay, oh no. It's happening against Sparky. So I was like, all right, I did all the cool things, and Machete's like, now it's time for me to win. There hits.
Now I will use my kill
side air hits. It's ground pound. Okay, no. The platform stops him from having any kind of off-stage edge guard. Weapons coming through, and Swata, I'm feeling the panic. I'm feeling it a little bit. He's not being as intentional with those weapon starves. It comes through. He side airs through Machete with the axe. He pivots the wrong way, and now stomp side air means that Swata can get this edge guard and bring it to a 1-1 D-Light recovery. Oh, he drops it. That time.
Not that one, though.
Okay.
So the reason I knew that Swata was not going to lose that game, even though we saw some similar instances to before, is he now became the Chad D-Sig enjoyer. You don't lose games when you know how to place the D-Sig so well. Bingo. Absolutely beautiful. Placed it so well. Even went for more of it and didn't get ultimately punished for it. Swata is coming alive here. The longer this goes on, you expect a player to be ground down after set, after set, after set. That is not happening for Swata.
Now look at, we're here on a stage that favors both players in different ways. If you're a down-sig enjoyer, which you said Swata is.
That is, dude, I'm a Chad D-Sig enjoyer, brother.
Same time though, this is like, if we were in a different region, we were watching Lance mains, I feel like every time a Lance player favors Demon Island. Like this is the stage they want to be. We've seen Coslick stick to it all the time, and now Machete is bringing Swata here in game number 3.
Swata with so much confidence, so much flash, so much flair.
Cider comes through. Okay. Now this would be, it's going to be hard to call this game, and Machete actually takes a stock before he goes down to 1, because this is a lot closer than we're used to between these two players. D-Light recovery comes up, Nair whiffs, Machete gets the downer on the way down, but that was a great dodge. And edgeguard, down sig. Oh no, there it is.
He did it.
He did it.
Yes! That is what we love to see from a Bodvar player. That's what Bodvar players started doing, but kind of stopped doing. Simple wasn't really doing it today. Kinda wasn't really doing it yesterday in South America, but Swata is, and he's showing how valuable that move is to the kit.
Yeah, and he's used it in a different way every single time, because last time it was just catching him peeking over the edge with the down stick. That time it was off of the D-Light. Machete just using a ground pound just to get back to the stage faster. Oh, he went for the double neutral stick, and Swata just gets right through. with the ground pound, bounces him off the ground. Machete goes in for that haymaker, doesn't quite hit. That pivot there was crazy, and Swata thinks so too because he took that stock right off of it. Maybe Machete meant to go for like to pick up the weapon on the spawn and nair on the way down with the lance, and he just missed it. Because that delight recovery was pretty huge. Swata's had a 3-1 lead.
Oh, that's a burn dodge.
Swata's had a 3-1 lead in every single game.
It is going to follow with 2-1 lead, but he's in a really good spot. Has the damage lead as well as Machete's in the yellow. See where the next weapon spawn comes in. It's right on top of Machete. He's able to grab that. We didn't see a nair come out trying to hit Swata away.
Yeah.
It was a grounded lateral approach.
Ooh, Swata goes all the way back, weapon pickup, tries to go for the jump read, doesn't hit it, no dodge, means Machete gets a good 3 hits of the lance, and he goes all the way out there with the cider. Swata recoveries to get out of the way of what would have been certain doom for that stock, and edge guard scenario with the ground pound, goes for the weapon throw, tries to bait something out, down, so it could work pretty well here, but a little too soon, doesn't matter. Swata takes the bait afterwards, falls victim to the Sair, and it's now 1-1 Machete, looking just like game number 1.
I don't know if it was intended as a bait with that down signature, but it certainly worked as a bait.
I mean,
Machete was able to capitalize.
It was a pretty reckless Sair to the stage from Swata there. That was like, that's a Lance player's dream. Oh, the down sig played around. Oh no. That's
Swata still has a massive lead here. It's tied 1-1 in this set. What a great set here for the country of France. I'm a big fan of France now, for real. I love everybody in France. Nice D-light side air.
He's living. He used the dodge right away too, so he'll be back. Makes it back to the stage. He just barely fades away from that D-light. And Swata, he dashed that down light too, so it went a little beneath the ledge. So if Machete was just holding on the wall there, he could have still gotten picked up. Oh, he punches him straight in the face. Lance picked up the weapon throw, comes through Machete.
Oh, that's it, baby. That is a 2-1 now in favor of Swata. Even still, it was close. It was like 563 damage to 526 damage. So it's so close between these two players. I love the D-light D-sig because if you condition your opponent to expect the D-light side air, the D-light recovery, a true option, they're not ready to mash that dodge button in between the two moves, which gives you that very tight window. Even though it is a dodge window, it still gives you that tight window where they're not expecting to need to input a dodge. D-sig comes out, and it's a game changer.
All right, so Machete doesn't feel the need to bring out the Roland that we saw against this matchup with Blaze. He's sticking to the Ogrim all the way through. Match point, Machete,
nice
great start. Doesn't pick up the weapon, though. Trying to dash forward. Machete's been playing really delicately around these weapon spawns where he's trying to pick them up without getting punished, and he just ends up being a few frames away from getting it, and Swata gets advantage. But so far, so good. Machete really solid lead here. Can he, for once, stop Swata going up 3-1? Every single game, Swata's been up 3-1.
If he's able to keep Swata off of the sword, like Swata starting out with the hammer was definitely good for Machete. His axe came in, played really well against Swata's hammer, but now Swata has the sword. Machete does have the lance. He might be able to capitalize, hit a Sair here or there, and find the stock before Swata's really able to add up that full KO damage onto Machete.
Whoa, Machete. Now with the lance, trying to get those recovery kills off the top. Weapon spawns on the exact opposite side of the stage. Hammer's in hand. Now let's see. Well, down sig on hammer is a lot different than being a down sig enjoyer on sword.
It is definitely not a safe move, but it is a hard hitting move. But brother, you better. Oh my! Again, he got bonked on the head by the massive weapon toss from Machete. That is going to seal the deal, and Machete has a lead. You called it early on. We are not going to see that 3-1 lead from Swata.
You say I called it, but it's like honestly, it's really unusual to see 3-1s in a row at this level of play. Machete taking the lead for the first time in the set, early game, and he's really pushing it there. Side air hits, Swata evens up the stocks, but already it's like relatively a huge deficit for Swata compared to how he lost game number 1. So let's see if Machete can keep this up. Oh, that's
Swata was able to cycle weapons to guarantee himself the sword. He's going to toss away the hammer and pick up that sword again, keeping that and denying the weapon from Machete. That is a very important part of this game, and he grabs that one as well, right out from underneath Machete. Queued that one up just a little bit too early. Didn't take much of a punishment. Even that side air is not going to do too much because it's the unarmed kit, the neutral light. Machete starting to add up the damage. The neutral light on the axe actually turns Swata red, so Machete will be looking for the KO soon. It is going to possibly be with the side light recovery coming out from Machete's lance.
That's it.
That'll do it
Swata
for sure.
Even if Swata survived the knockback, He did not touch. He had no jumps to make that back. Maybe a dodge and a recovery, and that's it.
If he had enough to physically get back, there was going to be a weapon toss coming from Machete. That was going to get the free cleanup.
Fantastic with the weapon throws all game. Swata fighting him back unarmed. Sword picked up, but Machete's not quite at the range where I'd say the elite recovery would do it to an Olgrim yet.
Oh, he done. He done. That is like 5, maybe 4 at least. But I think maybe 5 ground pounds that Swata has picked up. We don't statistically see sword ground pound being that prominently used of a move.
It's tough to land, and not to mention that it's pretty reactable, but also because the direction that you use it in can determine whether it's going to hit somebody against the wall or against the other side of the wall. If you don't pivot it correctly, you'll just slide right past somebody. The sword is the only part of your legend that's active there. And Swata has hit it many times, and the one where he got the biggest count of it was when he did the double ground pound D-sig on the right side of the stage that he popped off for. So now Machete in the lead, could bring it to a game 5. This is pretty huge.
Happened to be the wrong way as Machete drifted over to the right side, but Swata's D-Light came out to the left. Swata is in KO damage. He's red. Nice double down air, picking up off the bounce. He's looking to add up at least a little bit more damage. That would have been huge. That would have put him in a massive power position to possibly clean up. He's almost going to fall into that. Placed it perfectly. What a neutral air to save himself from the ground pound. He might have, and if he did, gosh darn it, he deserves it.
Oh, weapon spawn perfect for Machete. Just
two heavy weapons.
A fading side air. That's all either player needs here at this point, right? Side air on Swata almost definitely gets it. Neutral air puts him all the way up the side of the stage. There's no way he goes for the weapon throw here. Okay. He goes for it. Swata dodges right through, ready for it. Lance picked up. It's too risky to go for a side air here. Like, a hammer punishes that so well. It's too risky.
You called it out. Is there going to be a free weapon toss here? He blows it so early. I think Swata made a critical mistake throwing it away so early. He's in the power position as Machete is over on the edge. He doesn't have a heavy weapon, but the side air is enough. Swata takes it. The games were 3-1 a lot of the times, and then the set ended up 3-1 in the end. But that was so close. The damage tells the story, 614 to 606. What a comeback run for Swata.
That was crazy.
That makes you think, man, what was baby boy Daniel on?
Was that on?
That took out Swata 2-0.
Was that on Pro Brawlhalla?
No, it was literally too early.
It was too early into the tournament?
It was too early.
Wow. That is a matchup.
Incredible.
I wonder if we could ask Swata for the replays for that.
I don't know if he'll relinquish that. He'll probably be too embarrassed, bro.
I don't think so. It'd be a bonus esports dev stream content to be like, how did Swata go down here? And
he's not going to show you the body cam
you guys don't need that. That could go away. That doesn't need to be in the history books.
He's probably deleted that right away.
It's for the opportunity.